told Virginia, listen, I can't be doing all this drinking that you drinking.
Erica says she goes out
Thursday, Friday, Saturday with her friends drinking.
And I want you to come. You was like, no, that's not
After I'll keep you warm all summer, and after I'll keep you warm all summer, and after I'll keep you warm all summer.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. This is Girl You Busy? We are
Sophia.
Cindy.
and I'm Sleen, and today we are talking about Married at First Sight, season 12, episode 6. So we are just gonna jump into it.
Let's just get into it. First of all, Chris got it bad. He's being seen as the villain and the victim. No, we're going straight to that. Let's just go straight to that. That's the best episode. What are you talking about? That's the best episode. Let's go straight to that. The whole episode was about damn
We
Chris.
already had like a
No, we was already talking about Chris, and Chris needed to be talked about because yes, everybody had their issues, but episode 6 was about Chris, and I was in a battle. I was like, is he wrong or is he right? Is he right or is he wrong? Because first of all, I ain't trying to be funny, but the people is in this business too goddamn much. So that is why he popped off the way he popped off. You gonna tell somebody, or if it was me, I would have left? Nobody asked you that. And that's why he started losing it. Y'all don't think he was wrong for that? Or y'all think he was right for that?
Go ahead, Cindy.
Let's go. We're not finna play. We're not playing.
Okay, I feel like when someone tell you to mind your business,
Mind your business.
see all them lanes they put on the highway? Stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane.
But I can understand what Clara and Virginia, I think it was production,
All
who
day.
told them when y'all get by the ATVs, this is the conversation y'all gonna
Go
have
have.
with Paige.
Because do you think that he would even have a conversation with like them? Just sitting there waiting to talk to them? That don't
It
even
wasn't
to me,
natural.
the producers are going, I don't know if they have a whole different producer, what, nothing looks natural anymore. Everything look like it is so scripted, as
Right.
you always say. So he just gonna sit there and oh, y'all go over there and have a conversation with him. First of all, he's not gonna have that conversation with y'all.
No, they were talking to Paige, and so when Virginia started, saying
By the
whatever.
ATV.
Were they talking to Chris or Paige?
Chris, by himself.
Oh, they were talking to Chris. Oh, yeah, okay. So when they were talking, they were talking to Chris, and Clara kind of tapped in on the, okay, I should bow out of this, where Virginia kept it, okay, this man he about to blow up.
That's because that's 26-year-old immaturity.
Right, and I see how Eric, and I understand when Eric comes along and tries to come in and,
No, he just sit there.
he come, but
Because
as
they
we all
told
noticed,
him to go over there.
as we noticed, Ryan never came
Nope.
over. Ryan is seems
don't
like that
like
person. Well,
confrontation.
listen, I'm not gonna get into
But Ryan came a
other
little
folks'
later.
stuff.
No, he didn't.
Later on was I'm y'all know I'm a fan of Ryan's, but in that situation, it's like Virginia, listen, just be quiet. You're not gonna win with Chris, and so even with Chris saying before they got on the bus,
But Ryan
I'm
did come
gonna,
over
since they
later.
want to get in my business, I'm gonna blow this.
I'm going to blow this bus
up. He did a Brandon. He did a Brandon from a couple seasons ago.
I think episode
It's like Brandon's spirit jumped into
10.
him.
I think episode 10.
He said, I'm gonna turn
season
up.
10.
I'm gonna turn up, and he turned it all the way up. The dial was off the doggone gadget. But go ahead. Yeah.
Because he felt disrespected. Like, oftentimes, far as television and far as production, whatever case, people feel like you're supposed to act proper, you're supposed to act right, this and other. But at the same time, producers know you got that thing that I can light that fire, and you gonna act a donkey. And he act a
He
straight
did exactly what
donkey
they wanted him
because
to do.
they wanted these girls to go over there and talk to him, have a conversation, and she put them on blast. And his mind is, y'all want me to have this? I'm gonna have it the way y'all want me to. So he told her, y'all doing fake concerns.
Right.
Y'all doing fake concerns. Do I think that they were fake concerns? No. Do I think it was inappropriate, none of your business concerns? Yes. Because
We already talked about it.
Because
Right.
women, we tend to want to make sure all other women are
Right.
being okay,
Right.
being right. So to me, he's feeling like, I don't know if the day was different or if the day was the same. Remember when Eric said what he said when the guys was together and the girls was together earlier that day, and Eric said, "Oh, you need to man up.
Yeah.
You need to man up. You need to
It's
say
an
something.
insult to tell a man to man
Man
up.
up." Because
Especially from somebody you really don't know.
no,
Like, you don't
so
know
you
me
don't
as a
know.
person.
Thank
You
you.
telling
You
me
don't
to
know what
man
my
up.
man up is or what my man
It's
up
like
is.
telling a woman to relax. It's
That's
gonna have
fighting
the
words.
opposite effect. Relax.
That's
Okay,
fighting
now
words.
I'm turned up. You just
Relax.
turned me up. I was.
Girl, she done had me all worked up right now. You ain't even telling me to relax. I done got all worked up right now. Like, wait a minute, hold on, let me put on these sweats. Cause I'm like, what? Relax. So I'm like, why is he saying, man up? You need what is drunk stuff? Oh, you need to.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, cause
lit.
that's
Yeah,
man.
he
You
was
need
lit.
to get your get yourself. I said, if he's drunk behind, don't wake up. And he kept saying it over and over. So now, if this took place before the hike the next day, I'm already up
Yeah.
here. I'm already up here.
You already
I
said the
don't-
baby is the baby yours. Okay, I'm already upset with you because you already asked it. Is the baby mine? Come
So,
on.
because he wasn't really mad with nobody. He wasn't as angry with anybody until it was Eric and Virginia. Because they saying too much. And
yeah.
Eric feel like, because I'm 34, I'm the older one, I can talk to everybody. I'm like, if you don't be quiet. They
Even
was,
Vincent and Brianna knew their, not to overstep their boundary.
they didn't, you notice that. Vincent didn't say anything. She didn't say, because you have to know, when you going into somebody's private situation,
And you don't
issue,
know them.
incident, and you don't even know how
And
they
he asked for privacy.
He asked for privacy. He said, allow us our privacy, this and other. But y'all keep talking. Keep running your mouth. Okay, you want me? You won't get me.
Yes.
And they got him. They got
Yeah,
him.
he turned it
They
up.
got him. Like I say, I don't too particularly care for Chris, but at the same time, I understand Chris. Because, and then, girl, when he said, I felt like when he said, you drunkard. You drunkard. You a
Yeah, that's when
drunkard.
they got to dinner.
You
I
a drunkard.
see the dinner scene. I don't know if you want to talk about prior to the dinner scene where he was saying his apologies. And I was like, okay, Chris,
I wasn't godly. I wasn't godly.
He called grandma to pray. He said, you got to, she told him, man,
You're
talk
not.
to
Tell
your
your
wife.
wife
She's
to
a
pray.
godly woman. So she laid hands on him, and he just felt the need to, okay, I'm going to apologize because he
And
was
his
being
age talked to him,
disrespectful. He was being disrespectful, and that's what happens when sometimes we come in late to a situation. We don't know what's going on, and then Ryan, when Virginia and Eric came in, all.
I'm gonna tell you what you're not gonna do. You're
All
gonna
turned
set
up.
boundaries.
And then,
Sir,
he came to confront basically because especially when you're trying to say something to someone, it's the way you're presenting things. Because if you come in a confrontational way, guess what? They're gonna give you that same energy. And Chris is not one that you come to confrontational because he's gonna bring it. He brought it. He brought it.
You heard what Rihanna say? Rihanna say, Chris blew that thing up. He aired that thing out. Remember she said that? Yeah, you want to come for me? Okay, you gonna get this.
So
You
it's the
gonna
way,
get
it's
it.
the way, and then I like how Ryan stepped in, and Ryan was trying to diffuse it by saying, no, he's getting ready
I
to
love
apologize.
Ryan.
Yeah,
Because Ryan already
he's
sensed it.
He's very tactful
He
as well.
sensed it. And
He's a
he,
thinker. You can tell he's a thinker.
Yes.
He presents himself
I
well.
like that.
He cares about his image.
Yes.
And told
speaking of
Clara,
Ryan,
yeah, you need to be careful what comes out of
Your
your
mouth.
See, let's transition into Ryan and Clara. When they're in the bed, he let her say what she was gonna say, and then he said what he needed to say.
You need to keep your mouth shut. Like some
Basically,
other dude.
be
Listen,
quiet.
if you been in a relationship, if you be in a relationship with a dude for a long time. You been with them Roddy dudes for a long time. The dude would have been in the bathroom brushing his teeth. He was like, you just need to keep your goddamn mouth shut. Your ass ain't had no business doing that. But he came at her like
Yeah, he
politically
came at her
correct.
in a nice
Because
way.
a man gonna be like, you ain't had nothing to do with that.
Right.
Why you got your mouth in that? You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So that whole
And
thing,
she caught it too, because when he said you have to, the word, I forgot the words verbatim what he said, but whatever he said,
It
she
hit
looked
her.
down, it hit her. She understood exactly what he meant. So in that, it's like, okay, in order to get along with him, you gonna have to be mindful of coming out your mouth, because
think in
everything
general,
is
too.
not.
I
you
think
know.
it's general too, because I'm gonna say this again. All jokes aside, African American and Caucasian, we deal with each other different.
Right.
We deal with each other different. In this dynamic, Caucasians say and do whatever they need to say. African Americans, we know how to approach you in a different manner.
Right.
He's African American, she's Caucasian, so Ryan have to come and clear it in a different manner.
Right. But you gotta understand, he's been raised a certain way, and he's his schooling,
He's accustomed
his background, he's really
Yes,
adapted
but
to
when
the
you-
white culture.
He's adapted to the white
Caucasian
culture, but you have to also understand, deep down in our roots system,
we still he's still a
And our
brother.
roots is
He's a
it.
brother.
he's a brother.
Right.
So you know you have to say and do things differently.
Right.
The
But
way
that's all around with everyone. Because if I come to you in a confrontational way, guess what? You're gonna give me the same energy, unless you
Whether I'm black
know
or
how
white.
to control your emotions.
but
Because
baby,
if I'm
they
coming
had,
to you turning up, the chances
You
of you
gonna
turning
get
up back
turned
is
up
like,
back.
okay,
Okay,
this is
what
what we
color you
doing.
are?
Okay, we gonna do it.
Chris let them
But-
have it, honey. Chris let them have it, but the only thing is, Chris went too far off on the girl in the bus. I'm like, bruh, you went
And
too
Eric
far
did
off.
nothing.
Eric did something.
What do you think?
He was trying to tell him to chill out.
Bro, chill out. That's what you did?
That's what he could do.
Let me ask you something.
That's
Say
all he
that
had
again.
at the time.
Say that again, because I'm going to tell you something right here, right now. Let's keep it 1,000. Hey,
Chill out.
let's keep it 1,000 for real. You think that if it was two African Americans and a black girl would have said the wrong thing and she had a black husband, you think Chris could have popped off like that? That thing would have went
He
real.
would have definitely checked him.
That thing would have went real crazy.
Yeah, it would have been.
And it wouldn't have got crazy on the bus. It would have got crazy at the ATV.
Because first of all, you talking to my wife. Like, what the? No.
A dude would have been like, bro, what you doing? Ain't nobody. So we have the dynamics of different cultures that made that actually turn out a little bit better. So for me, I was like, stay out of people business. It's not your business. Stay out of people business.
Okay.
Because he was wrong. And then that whole dinner, that goddamn Vincent came up there like an old wrestler. Hey, I said, go ahead, Vincent. I was like, yes, Vincent. Vincent took him, and Vincent's like, I'm right behind him. They walked the whole goddamn hotel.
Yeah.
But can I ask y'all something before I finish? I've been to Vegas about at least 4 or 5 times. I was actually looking at Vegas in a whole different manner. Vegas had a whole lot of stuff that I didn't realize they had all these different things that I can look at when I go back to Vegas.
Oh, well, like
So the
ATV
aquarium.
and
The ATV,
Was it an aquarium or? It's just a tank?
the aquarium. They had a dinner.
what aquarium?
The
fish tank
the
or
fish
something.
tank.
That must have been at the Mandalay.
Yeah, it's
Well,
in the
what
middle.
I'm saying is, I've done a whole lot of stuff that you can do in Vegas, but they had me looking at different stuff that I was like,
They
okay.
had to be creative because of COVID.
Yeah, that's
COVID.
true too.
But that's what I'm saying. Because of COVID, it allowed them to be creative. So now I can see more stuff that I want to do. But Chris turned it out. Chris, baby.
This is the Chris show, baby.
No, it ain't the Chris show. It's just, it was episode 6 was Chris.
Episode 6 was Chris. Okay, go ahead.
Episode 6 was Chris. But I ain't gonna lie. I rewinded, and then towards the end of the episode, you see she popping off on the phone on Chris.
I think that's the
I think
ex-girlfriend.
that's the ex-girlfriend.
That's not
Yeah.
Paige. That's the ex-girlfriend. The voice
Yeah,
is
that's
totally
his
different.
girlfriend. Because Paige knows how to keep her cool.
You out your mind.
That's not Paige.
Have you seen
That's not
Paige get upset yet?
Yes, Paige said the F word to him when they had a
But
conversation.
she did it with a
She's a level
calm, level head.
And
Yeah.
She'll drop
Excuse me.
she'll drop some
I'ma
bombs.
say
but she ain't yelling. She ain't doing
I'ma
all
say
this.
this again. I'ma say this again. How many times when you on camera you say one thing, but if I'm on the phone, it's a whole different episode. When
But
I'm on
Paige
the
was
phone,
walking off.
no,
That's not Paige on that phone call.
I don't know if it is or not,
It's
but
not.
I'm
We'll
saying
find
the
out
voices.
I'm not
next,
saying it is or
episode.
not,
The voice
but
is
y'all
clear.
have to also remember that when I'm frustrated and I'm tired and I can't take no more, something else gonna come out of me than what's been
I don't
in me.
disagree with you on that, but that wasn't.
I can't
her.
wait to see who it is. Because I rewinded about 3 times and it sounded like her voice just turned up a little bit higher. You've seen it how many times?
I saw it a couple of times too.
You rewinded?
I did.
You rewinded?
And it wasn't her voice.
You
Move on.
So guess what? We're going to ask
Okay,
y'all
we'll go to
at the next episode, who was right?
Who voice?
Whistleen was right or Sophia right? Who popping off? Is it Paige or is it the ex-girlfriend? Because I want to know.
Got the part with Chris. Since we're gonna start with Chris. With Chris, when they were in the room packing up,
Yeah.
and Chris was pretty much telling her,
I still love
I still
her.
love her.
Yeah.
And we've been talking about
See, once
getting back
again,
together.
that was the nail in the coffin.
I still love her.
That was the
That
nail
would've been a
in
wrap
the
for me.
coffin. Yeah, because if a man say, 1, I don't want another man raising my child,
Mm-hmm.
and 2, I still love her, baby girl, it's a wrap. It's over.
Mm-mm.
Paige.
Yeah.
I
And
still
he was
love her.
casually talking as if
Very
we
matter
are
of fact.
walking on the beach. Yeah,
I don't want no other
it's a
man
casual.
raising my child.
Yeah.
What? But
Listen,
Alright.
let me tell y'all something. If they have a trophy, let's say this is a trophy for a stellar epitome of how a woman should conduct themselves,
yes, Paige, you
Paige,
won, baby girl. You won.
receive this. Because Paige just be like this. Like her whole face shows her emotion, but her body just like, and then she just gets up and walk out.
And then he was able to finesse her. Yeah, once
Again. She come back, but I like you. But I this. And I'm like,
I'm attracted to you.
I'm attracted to you because I know
He
you.
used some of the same words.
You
You're
know
my
the trigger
wife.
words.
But that's-
You're my wife.
can I
You
tell y'all
come
something?
before
You know it.
My
That's
family and my children and
You don't have to
blah,
say
blah,
much to her, and
blah.
she right back with the
But
foolishness.
Like that last episode, he gave her a rose that was probably already on the table somewhere. Baby girl.
But all jokes aside, that's what all of us women do. Majority of us women, you get all gooped by whatever. It's like they say 9 things that's garbage. That one thing that we want to hear. You heard me say we want to hear. They say that one thing we want to hear, and then we just dismiss
Right.
all the
It
9
happens.
things.
It
And what
happens.
happens? You with him for 6 months more. You with him for another year. You with him for another year and a half. He say 9 things. The man said, I ain't about to walk your dog out. No, that ain't for
Oh,
you.
yeah.
That's for you.
Her
But
dog.
and she said, I'm here for your child, but you
I'm a
can't
dog
walk my
lover.
dog.
Yeah.
I can be
He
here for
gonna
your
have a
child.
whole baby. He don't want to walk her dog.
I'm not gonna walk your dog. But can I tell y'all something? I ain't gonna lie to you. Chris don't speak right, but Chris speak.
He speaks the truth, though.
You gonna
He tells
know
the truth.
who he
Is.
is.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna give you no crumbs. It's like them girls when the dude say, I don't want no relationship, but the girl's still trying to be in a relationship, still trying to have it. I'm telling you, I don't want
Yeah.
a relationship. So if you still want me to
Believe what they say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Jacob and Haley.
Haley.
if I'm still gonna do that, I'm gonna do it.
So
Jacob and
Haley.
Haley. Go ahead, Wade.
This is where Jacob and Haley, they are, I think, were they having lunch or dinner, whatever? And he was saying that he don't feel.
I like how Jacob was very expressive
Yes.
in every single aspect of the way he felt.
Yeah.
He broke it down to every level that
Yeah.
he could. He used
Mhm.
all of his words and she didn't know how to use her words properly with him. What I feel like after they had sex, she didn't enjoy the act, and she pulled herself completely away, as he said. She withdrew herself. She became a different person, and he don't know how to bring her back. She's turned off. She's not in it anymore. And the worst part of it, and it hurt my feelings because I'm liking him more and more as it progresses.
Nothing. I wonder what happened.
You like?
Yeah, I like him because I like a man who expresses himself. I like that. I've become that person. My brother will be proud of me, but I know you're watching. But I like that he was able to tell her everything, and then she didn't know how to just say, you know what, I'm just not that into you. Just be 100 with him because he's looking for something from her.
That I'm not into you.
No, she
No,
would
she
say. I
doesn't.
think if she would
All
have said,
she
you know what,
says
I'm not
is,
into you.
I haven't
Something's
dated
missing.
in 7
Something-
years.
right. And
It's gonna take time.
You know what? My coworker was mentioning that if you haven't dated in 7 years and you're 28, that means your last encounter with
Was
someone was at
21.
21.
Oh,
So
yeah.
from
Very young.
21 to 28, that's
Yes,
a huge
yeah.
gap. And that's the time period she started dating at 15. It's puppy love. So you started dating at 15 to really 21. So from 21 to 28,
That's a
the
long
age
gap.
gap of, okay, how do you actually date?
Function.
Yeah.
You know, what are you
Yeah.
building? How do you build? How do you communicate?
And
How do you,
incorporate you,
you know,
and
there are
me
different
together.
aspects of a
Yeah.
relationship. So you have none of those skills that you're bringing to this grown man
Right.
who's almost 40.
Right.
So he's looking for a relationship. He's ready, but clearly she's not ready. And the part that hurt me the most, I was hurt for him, where she lied to him and said
Oh,
that,
yeah.
I'm gonna meet up with the girls. And when he gets downstairs, he went to grab something to
She
eat.
should have just said,
They
okay,
were all together.
we're gonna go down. I'm gonna go downstairs and hang out with the couples or hang out where, like,
She didn't have to
Yeah,
lie.
she didn't
And
have
to
to
me,
lie.
that lie would probably change the whole dynamic
of their relationship.
of their relationship.
And with reason, because I'm like, if you're lying about this, I mean, like, come on, really?
you cheesing over here.
Yeah.
No, because
No.
I agreed when he said that.
I felt that.
I was hurt. I was
I felt
bothered.
that. I mean, you just ain't want me there.
No. And
'Cause
to
she could've
feel
easily
like
just
you're
said
not
that.
wanted, it's like, man, I don't think he's one of those types where, you know, he's going to take over the conversation. He seems like very reserved around other people. From what I've seen, he's very reserved. So why would you want his presence there? Because you're not into him. You're
But
not
the
feeling
funny
him.
thing, what you just said, I didn't even grasp that when she said she hasn't been in a relationship for 7 years.
For 7
So your
years.
puppy love when you're 15, 16, that's the best love ever. You know
Yeah.
why? Because nothing else exists in the world. You ain't concerned about bills. You ain't concerned about
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
work. You ain't concerned about nothing. You just concerned about me and you loving up on each other. So your puppy love pretty much kind of stopped at 21 years old. And from 21, you just been living your life. That's why they always say that you have a lot of women who, which I have a few women like that myself, who they be single for so long, 5 years,
Right.
6 years, 10 years, 12 years. And then now when a guy wants to come into the picture, any little thing that he do, any little small thing
It's
that
set
he
in your
do,
ways.
you want
I don't know
to
how.
go because you've been doing you for so long.
Oh.
So it's like for her to say, I've been doing me for 7 years prior to, and what I'm still kind of trying to figure out, if I've been single this long, why would I go and get married?
Exactly. Because you think you're ready.
You can't be.
Or maybe I don't think that she thought she was ready. I think she's thinking, I don't know if I'll ever be ready, so I have to push myself into doing something I've never done before. I don't think she thought she was ready. I think if I don't push myself this way, I'm never going to go ahead and
I
get
think she
married.
was tired of being a bridesmaid because she kept saying, she was a bridesmaid like,
For
in the-
years.
For all her friends.
for a long
years.
time
Yeah.
and for many years. Now
And
she's
we
a
all
bride.
know when these young girls start seeing their friends
Get
start
married.
getting
It
married,
happens.
23,
Yeah,
24,
I think it's
27, 28, they start seeing, what am I doing wrong?
Right.
And now they want to,
Rush and
let me
get
go
married.
ahead and get married too when they 28, 29 years old, rushing to get married because they think that's the, how I say
The
it, it's
answer.
the end all to be all.
Yeah.
They do. And that thing is rough. Marriage is rough,
Sure
it's
is.
beautiful, it's sweet, it has its moment, its ups and downs. And if you don't know how to compromise, and people don't know what compromise is, people feel like compromise means I'm changing who I am or what is best for me. Compromise don't mean that. Compromise mean that, okay, maybe some things that could be better of me, maybe I need to look forward to what could be better of me. That's what compromise is. But it's a lot of people like,
Wait, say that again?
it sounded good what I said the first time. I don't know if I can say it.
All right.
But
Well, like they say, sometimes certain people bring out certain things
In
out
you.
of you.
Yeah, I believe that.
Because a person could be, you understand.
Compromise means that you want to better what was of you to make it a little bit better.
Right.
It doesn't mean that you're changing who you are. It just said, okay, I used to do X, Y, Z, and maybe next time I just need to do X, Y.
For the betterment of the relationship.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
I was talking to someone I'll say this briefly, and the person curses a lot. And
You told me this.
it kind of bothers me,
Right.
but I don't know how to tell that person. Well, I told him straight up,
Yeah, I don't like all that.
you cursing. I'm not going to change who I am. Okay. Anyway, move
For the
on.
right person.
But let me ask you this
to make
question.
that adjustment.
Some people don't like the cursing, one. Some people don't mind the cursing but don't curse at me.
Right.
Like sometimes there's some dudes who they curse, because I do a little cursing too. But if me and you, we get into an argument, a disagreement, whatever case may be, I don't want you telling me F you,
No,
mother
no.
F you. I don't want you talking to me like that. Now, if we have a regular conversation and he was like, oh,
And you're telling
know,
a
this-
story, and you might
Right.
drop a couple of
so
F-bombs. That's
is
different.
that you? You don't want no cursing, or you don't want them cursing at you, Cindy?
I think that's what made the difference, because they cursed at me.
Oh, no.
Did you
And
tell
'cause
them
I said
that?
something, and I checked it. I said something back, but he's like, "Oh, you're trying to change me."
Hold on, time out.
I should have addressed the fact of him saying that.
To you,
To
because
me.
if you're just saying, like swiftly, like you don't like the person cursing, they're going to assume that you mean you don't want them cursing at.
Actually, I don't want
all.
the person at all.
Okay, so what I'm saying to you, be you. If you don't want that person cursing at all, which is going to be a little difficult. If you want that person not to curse at all, then you're going to say, I want you to try to do better at not cursing.
See, okay, well, we'll do another
Yeah.
episode of this. But
Moving on to Brianna and Vincent. Vincent, yeah, Vincent was kind of annoyed.
see now, remember how? Oh, it's cute that you're bossy. It's
Who
cute.
said it was cute?
It's
Vincent
cute.
at
Remember,
first.
he was like, yeah, you could be the boss. Now, being a boss.
Telling
Did
me
he
what
say
to
it was
do.
cute?
He did. And
Well,
at
I
first-
mean, he didn't say that you were cute.
But he
He
was
was
like,
like,
he
okay,
he
you
was
can
like,
say
yeah.
curse if you could,
Yeah.
if you do other, I guess
Yeah.
other things. I mean, it was okay in the other episodes.
It wasn't-
previous episodes.
Yeah.
But now that the little bossiness is coming out,
He's like,
I like that he's addressing it
He's
because
I love it.
And the thing is, it's like I said, you bring certain things out of a person. He was being nice and expressive, and I know you're it's a match made in heaven. And then now she's she's hitting that, she's pressing that button where hey, but I didn't like that. We're not going out. We're not going downstairs together. So why are you concerned about what time I'm getting ready?
Me too. That's what I was saying
Why
too.
are you pressing me for me taking my time?
Time.
Because that's the person who is,
Bossy.
I
You
was going to
control
say,
you in that moment.
No,
That's
yeah,
what I
worry
was
about
gonna say.
yourself.
The control pulls bossiness out you. When you are a person who likes to control everything, the boss comes together as one. So what happened is she looking like, okay, well, what time is taking you to get down there? You should be down there at a certain time. All the bossy control all come into aspect. She was like, oh, you can do this. They show different aspects of it. And the funny thing is, watch the next episode. Because she done mentioned the whole bossness, now they're going to dictate on her. When it's Virginia and her drinking, they're going to show all the episode of all the liquor that's on the table when they drink it. You see how many times they show those liquor, the Fireball, the Tito's sit on the table? They're going to show that. When Chris have a anger moment, it's going to be
It's highlighted. It's highlighted.
Yeah.
highlighted. When it's her being bossy, now they're going to highlight. If you notice,
you gotta pick your battles. I thought she
Now,
was
when
being
in the
very
bathroom-
petty.
I think that was unnecessary.
Yeah,
Like,
you
if
gotta
you're
pick your
gonna,
battles, man.
and then
And you're not waiting for him.
this is another part where, as people in general, if you're in a relationship and you need to address your significant other, don't do it with me prior to going to sleep. When she was in the bed, she said,
when they supposed to do it?
"No."
Oh,
For me, I know it's pillow talk.
When they supposed to do
I
it?
understand pillow talk is
Everybody's
something,
different.
but for me,
Everybody's different.
for Cindy, if I'm getting ready to put my head down and go to bed, I'm not getting ready to get into no dispute with no one. And if I'm getting ready to go to bed, no, she said, did something about being annoyed. Well, you annoyed me today. So guess what? I'm laying down, I'm all comfortable, and you getting ready to fit your mouth and say, I annoyed you today. Guess what? I'm lifting up. Now it's a
When was they supposed to have the conversation? When?
prior to getting to bed.
When? If we've been out
If
all
we
day.
have the entire day, we're sitting at dinner, we are sitting on the couch, we are walking the street,
Time out.
we're doing all of this.
Time out. We're on vacation. We're on honeymoon. So, if I'm on a honeymoon, is you and your boo, with Celine and her boo, me and my boo.
I'm talking loud.
That's who you are.
Mhm.
We love it. I love it, boo. We love it. We're gonna have all day. We're doing this, I'm doing that, we have all day. Now when we're in our room
Right.
having a conversation, we probably would have our own little conversation in the bathroom, which they probably did.
Right.
There's that little funniness that's happening. That little funniness that happened. I'm trying to brush my teeth, get my hair fixed. He's doing whatever. He's brushing his beard, whatever it is. Now, when nothing else can distract us from what we're doing and we sitting in the bed, to be honest with you, sometimes you don't want to go to sleep with certain things on your head. But sometimes that's when you need to lay in that bed and really focus and concentrate on what was said. So sometimes I'm going to have a certain conversation with you because when you laying down like this, girl, you having that old good conversation like that, you laying down. Sometimes that good old conversation come out that you wasn't even expecting. So for me, yes, I probably would have a conversation in bed.
Not me. I think when it's time to go to bed, I want to go to sleep peaceful. I don't want to turn up before I'm turning down.
Why do you think
It's turning down.
why do you think that they always say you should never go to bed angry?
That is why. That's why I'm going to make sure, because for me, when I lay in my bed, I want both of us to lay down peacefully.
But you didn't lay down peacefully. You know
I
why?
didn't say what I needed to say
I
the
didn't
other day.
say- Thank you.
No, that's why you need to address things prior to. But okay, that's
That's
I
not
digress.
always easy to do.
I digress.
That is
Speak
the
it.
I don't want to even say the ideal,
Deal.
the fantasy,
Right.
but sometimes you have to process it first. Well, me, I have to process
Right.
things first, and then I'll come back and talk to you. Because if I come back to you in that moment, it might not come back the way that
Right. I process too, but I'm not going to. I wouldn't want to present that before
But
we're turning down.
I just think for me, over my own experiences, dating and going out or doing whatever case may be, every time I try to have a conversation, if we go to the restaurant, soon as I'm getting ready to say what I need to say, the way to come over, what y'all want to
no
order.
distractions.
Or if I'm at the bar having a drink, what y'all want to do. Everything is always that one little bit, and I may have this gumption to say what I need to say that had me nervous all this time, and then I get stopped, and then I don't want to do it anymore. When you're in this bed, I agree with you that maybe that's not the time, but when I promise you, when you lay in the bed with somebody, sometimes you have some of the best conversations.
Yeah, pillow talk. Pillow talk should be ideally, because ideally pillow talk to me should be you're talking about your day, you're talking about you're talking about anything that comes to mind.
That's part of your day.
But it's part of the day, but it's not a part of huh?
What kind of pillow talk you
Well,
having?
You're talking
my
about
pillow
different
talk right now is
things.
with nobody. So
What kind of
but
pillow
my,
talk you
but
having?
my, but my
'Cause
thing
You're
is,
talking
What
about
you,
different
time
stuff.
out. What is pillow talk? Let me ask you, what is pillow
you're
talk?
unwinding and you're talking about the day. That's what I think it is.
What's pillow talk for you?
And if I had a part of the day,
What's pillow talk for you?
I think it's whatever comes up. whether it could be something happening today, like I don't know, just whatever comes up. I don't think it's like
Most
no
of the time, I
set
sleep
thing.
anyway, because I program.
I
myself
felt
to
like
sleep
pillow
in the
talk. I feel like pillow talk.
You connect.
We need to look that up on a dictionary because
Okay,
pillow talk to me. No,
are
we're
we
gonna talk
okay,
about
we're
it.
talk about it now.
Pillow talk to me is the conversation that you typically would not have with your significant other in terms of all the things that's going on with me that I can't have with nobody else, and I shouldn't even be telling
Okay.
my significant other.
Oh, you
but-
talking? Okay.
Oh, you mean like gossiping? Yeah, that's what I said. Anything that comes
because
up.
I'm not gonna talk about how was your date. We talked about that already. We talked about that
Okay.
in the house when we was eating,
Like,
cooking
yeah.
food.
So most of the time, whoever you're dating knows all the girlfriend's business.
Not all, because you have to be mindful about
Oh.
what you say. Because
Okay.
I don't tell them
Because-
all my business.
No.
Hell no. Because at the end of the day, 2 months from now, he gonna bring that back up. No. Pillow talk is what I know that I can have with him. That okay, I'm gonna tell you about such and such, but you better not say nothing. And it has to be one of the things I just had to get out.
Okay.
But pillow talk tends to be everything that is good, bad, and ugly. My
Okay,
Clint Eastwood,
okay.
good, bad, and
Yeah,
ugly.
ugly.
We gonna say it right here, right now.
Yeah.
And that time when you and your husband have this moment, and when you get married, your kids are asleep, you ain't got all this hustle and bustle of the day.
Right.
This is that one time we need to say what we need to say. Do you not want to go to bed, mad and upset? You don't. But you got to get it out. Because if you don't get it out, the
I
next
guess
day you ain't
for
going to
me-
talk about
For
it.
me, it's different because I guess, yeah, like I said, for me, when we go to bed, let's go to bed and
I don't
not
necessarily. We don't
feeling
necessarily
a
have
certain way.
pillow talk. We talk throughout the
I
day,
go to
like
sleep
all the
anyway.
time.
It's
So by the time bedtime comes around, it's kind of like we just wind
Go to
down,
sleep.
go to sleep. We don't really.
I pretty much go to sleep, so I need to work on. Well,
So they said what they need
honey,
to say.
bunny, when you
She
come,
was- yeah, she said
we'll
what she
have some
was
pillow
saying.
talk.
Okay, so
Um,
who's next?
I think that was it.
You talked about Eric and Virginia. Eric told Virginia, "Listen, I can't be doing all this drinking that you drinking, because I make pilots
And Erica says she goes out
Thursday, Friday,
and
Saturday.
with her
Get
friends
with it,
drinking,
Eric.
and I want you to come." He was like, "No, that's not my life. I'm not doing it. I got too much to lose. I got too much going on. That's not my life." He's trying to keep up with her though. On the
I
honeymoon.
think he wanted to keep up with her simply because she's never been to Vegas. So he wanted to keep up with her. And then when she comes to dinner, first thing she said, "Oh, I need a shot." I said, "God damn, this damn girl." Like, "Oh, I need a shot." I'm like, this girl, her whole
All she
essence
does
and existence is drink, drink, drink. That's what
Party
makes
girl.
her feel.
And now we're starting to see it in her face.
Yes,
Oh my God,
mannerism,
it does not look
everything. And when they get back home, that's not gonna be good. That's not gonna be
good.
good.
No.
No.
Because she drink. He wants a polished type of wife, this, that, and the other, and he
Because
just
he's
likes the fact
conservative.
that he likes the fact that she looks so good. I can show her off, but baby, they gonna have some issues.
Yeah.
And then it looked like he's gonna have issues with her friends as well, because he was saying that, well, first of all, he don't like her having guy friends, and then he feel like all y'all want to do is drink and
Drink.
party, and that's not my life. So I think it might become an issue for them.
It will.
I don't know.
And I'm thinking too, like not only because he's an older guy, you know, he's very conservative too, so that's gonna be an issue. And she's more liberal. That's gonna be another issue.
What's your thoughts on it?
I agree. It's like growing up a certain way, and then you meet this person who's completely opposite of you. Grew up in a structured home where this person was able to do everything and whatever.
And he wants her to be perfect for
And
his
that could be an
mom, too.
appeal too, because when you're like that, you're thinking, man, like,
She's gonna pull me out of my shell, and it might bring a little balance because he's
Yeah.
so rigid and not used to it, and she's
I kinda had that.
slowly
Didn't I?
pulling him.
yeah,
What's that?
you have
The
like
Puerto
that
Rican.
little balance.
With
Yeah.
the Puerto Rican, he was a little conservative, and I kind of brought him out of it a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even think he was so much conservative. I just think that he was very green. Like he didn't do a lot of things. but I don't think he was conservative. I think he was very like, what he knew is what he knew.
Right.
He wasn't a partying guy. He wasn't like drinking. He didn't even drink
At all.
at all. Like
Not
he
a
was
bit.
about his
Wow.
fitness, about his kids,
Mm.
and he was very.
You brought fun to him. Well, you
Because he
brought
said
a
that
life
all
to
the
him.
time. Yeah, he said it all the time. But
Yeah.
sometimes you be so consumed in yourself that you pull somebody in your
Your world.
element that.
Right.
So I think because he's too far gone and she's too young,
Yeah.
and she don't want to just party like once a week. She says every
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
But she's 26.
6. But I ain't gonna lie, she
Really
acts
fast.
26. I mean, she's 26, but she
She
actually
acts
acts
younger.
younger than that.
Yeah.
She acts
got like a
very
damn
younger than
college
She acts
kid.
like she's a college kid. She do.
Right.
Like
She's
she's
a-
20, 21.
She's in a sorority or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's gonna be a problem. Okay, who's next?
I think it was
That's
everybody.
Is everybody? We talking
Yeah.
about Clara and Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we said how he told her, to
Vincent.
just be quiet. Vincent and Brianna.
Haley and okay. Yeah, we
Yeah,
talked
because
about everybody.
Vincent was like, you ain't gonna tell me what to do all the time.
Oh yeah. We're gonna see his personality come out a little more. in
I like
this
it though.
episode. I
I
like
like
too.
it though.
I like a man who could be on both
Oh,
sides.
man.
I feel like
me.
he got a little bit of a little attitude. Like he'll
Yeah, because
So
he don't
he
want
gonna
nobody
check
telling
you.
him what to do.
yeah.
That's Dominicana.
Ooh gosh. Okay. So I think that was our recap ish for episode 6. So guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, leave some comments, and turn on those notifications.
Tell us what you want us to talk about.
Yeah, give us some
Say,
topics.
Cindy, what do you think about such and such and such and such? Whistling, what do you think about such and such and such and such?
Mhm.
And I'm ready. Sophia's ready.
Subscribe.
All right, we'll
Thank
see
you for
y'all
joining us.
for our next episode. All right, peace.
Bye.
Mm.
The battery never works.